Are you scared to make decisions in your life, relationships, or at work because of what others will think of you? Because you're afraid of the judgment that will follow? Because you lack the confidence to trust yourself? I'm gonna paint this crystal clear. Your fears in your mind do not exist in the real world. And 99% of the time, those fears fail to materialize. Why? Because fear is only created when your mind is thinking of all the possible things that could go wrong. Instead, spend that same mental energy on all the possible things that could go right. You see, in order to reach the next level in your life, a new version of you will be demanded. Those Fridays and Saturdays spent at the club, drinking, smoking, wasting time need to go. Spending your check buying things to impress people, that needs to go. Wasting time in front of the television set, watching sports, movies, and TV show reruns, that too. You see the pattern? All these activities keep you in a state of mediocrity. These so-called lifestyles were designed to distract you from working on yourself, distracting you from actually taking that risk of asking for a pay raise, or going up to talk to that person you find attractive, or starting your own business. But you know what stops you from taking those risks? It's you allowing fear to take the driver's seat while you're riding co-pilot, letting the fear steer the direction of your life. You literally need to kick fear out and take back that driver's seat. It's yours and it will always be yours. Fear didn't just arrive and say, hey, I'm here driving your decisions. Nah, just take a look at toddlers and kids, for example. They're fearless. You tell them, don't do that, don't touch that. They're gonna go ahead and do it anyways. They don't care what anyone thinks about them. They're in a state of continuous exploration and curiosity, soaking in everything that is in front of them. As they grow and enter their teenage years, that's when fear starts to creep in, whether it's from the influence of their peers, parents, or relatives. It's a slow, steady conditioning that over the course of several years pushes them to live in comfort because, well, simply it's the path of least resistance. To recondition this mindset, you need to slowly incorporate habits of effort that will continuously push you to strive to crush your fears. In order to overcome the larger, more dominant fears, you need to first teach your brain what it feels like to overcome adversity. It's like riding a bike. You ride a bike for the first time and either you have training wheels or just fall a bunch of times until you get it right. Eventually there comes that moment when you're riding so well that it becomes second nature. That's the state you'd want to achieve with your fears. So from the bike perspective, think of your small fears as the training wheels and the large dominant fears as the one you will tackle once the training wheels are off. Any area of your life you wish to improve, ask yourself, how can you start taking action today so that big fear you have comes to resolution? Well, let's take social interaction, for example. A very vital and important skill to master. Let's say you're shy, awkward, and introverted. And the very thought of talking to someone and holding a conversation makes your stomach turn. Well, where should we start? Obviously, walking to a complete stranger and starting a conversation is out of the question. Let's roll back the tape and start with family and friends that already know you. Next time you're in a room with someone, you make a conscious effort to hold a conversation, listen, ask questions that will propel the conversations. Respond with detail and emotion. The first couple of times will be very hard and uncomfortable, but what you'll begin to notice is that slowly over time, it'll become easier. Okay, that's one level. Then there's talking to complete strangers. The easiest way to go about this would be try to expand your encounters with someone you would meet anyways. You're out shopping at a checkout and there's a cashier, obviously, checking out your groceries, whatever you're buying that day. Make a comment, ask them how's their day or whatever. If anything's interesting is happening in the moment, just inquire about that and try to make a conversation about it. After you've mastered that to some degree, then you can try stretching a little further and a little further. You see, as you progress through these tiny levels, eventually you'll be a professional at social interactions, and that shy introverted kid will just be a thing of the past. The best part is that once you are able to conquer one dominant fear in one area of your life, the process that you went through to tackle that fear is directly transferable to any other area of your life. It's really a cheat code because you learn it, you can just keep reapplying it like clockwork. Now, you may still be contemplating that fear you have in your mind right now, even after listening to what I just told you. I'm here to assure you that fear is just an illusion.